Hi. I just read something I'm very angry about because this guy, just stupid guy, he's saying for a bunch of lies and bullshit. Let me see. He's trying to say I have serious comprehension issue. Like, that means like SW won't stop. I guess he was talking about C++ probably. Reviewing crashing the name videos. No, who wants it? Right. Beta tester. Bad precision. Wow. Paying fucking Microsoft and Intel $1,150 $1,500 $1,500 plus tax is putting you the good precision. I don't get it. I don't really get it. From other vendors, all this great discount. Okay, and also a bunch of other bullshit. SW hustles. What hustles? Right? I mean, he's not using it, right? He's not the guy who is using it. And these people are just spreading these lies over and over again, saying Windows ARM is worse than MacBook. Windows ARM is worse than Linux ARM. Except I don't see a lot of software support Linux ARM either. I don't see that. Maybe some support Macs. But a lot of software just simply doesn't work on Mac. Even C++ standard library doesn't work on Mac. And this is just ridiculous. I mean, these people are just ridiculous, right? It's just irrational hatred towards ARM. You have no idea what you're talking about. The Qualcomm version just cheap. I don't get it. I mean, if you just buy at the price you deserve, what's wrong with it? And it does provide very good battery. Sure, there are some emulations. The major hassle will probably be OBS, which I think they are trying to fix it very soon. But it's perfectly fine at this point. The emulation version it works fine. That's the only software I probably use just to debunk this video. I don't use any x86 at all. I don't need it. I just personally don't need it. None of these softwares, besides this OBS, are emulated. So no. He just blame bullshit lies, saying everything is translating. No, it's nowhere that case, right? The only one is OBS, which I agree, the OBS one. But the majority of people, they don't necessarily do streaming either. And they are trying to support it very soon too. But what else? Is the client doesn't work? The bullshit lie he's talking about is the client doesn't work. Right? He's trying to tell me that the client doesn't work. Right? Client doesn't work? I mean, it works perfectly for me. I don't get it. I just really don't get it. In fact, I can even compile to my right. I mean, he's doing thing. I'm doing real compiling, bro. Okay, this is real compiling. You're telling me it doesn't work. I'm not trying to say there are not issues, but there's no issue like people say, oh, you buy it, you're screwed. And it was the price. It was the price it deserves. No such, yeah, CC. Right? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. If you have this irrational hatred towards ARM, like I said, the compiler I provide is even higher than the fucking official website provides, right? I compile things myself. I compile things by myself. This thing just you can install it automatically with Windows MSVC through it, right? I have been dealing with Windows ARM for basically every day. I'm dealing with on my Android phone, dealing with my 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 VR headset. You're telling me it doesn't work. Where's that? Okay, just I compiled it just yesterday. I'm still compiling a new one. Okay, I'm trying to compile a new one. I basically compile it every day. See, here we have exe with Windows GNU, right? In fact, we have one more exe which is the Apple one. I'm just compiling on Linux, okay? I provide all the binaries. I even provide RISC-V and long arc. You're telling me it doesn't work. You have no idea what you're talking about. And for people who say, oh, it's just Linux better, I don't know how Linux is better. Does the software just magically work on Linux because you put on ARM? Maybe you say they've already worked before, but this doesn't work. And still a lot of things doesn't work, right? If, for example, the Microsoft Edge doesn't work on it. Now you might say, I just use Firefox. Fuck Firefox. You just shouldn't use browser. That's my point. You just shouldn't use browser. I just don't get it. I just don't get the hatred. You see, these people just irrational hatred. You just go to these websites. They just irrational hatred on saying, actually, ARM is breaks. It's just useless. It runs. Why would I use it when I can buy Mac? Like I showed yesterday, I installed another computer for Rufus, right? The Rufus one. If you're telling me, okay, I've deleted it because I've installed it, I don't need that software anymore, right? But my point is that they have ARM version. They have Rufus, which is ARM version, right? How do you do that on fucking Linux? How do you do that on Mac? Maybe someone could. But what about Chromebook? What about Android? To say Windows ARM is useless is just complete false. It's just false. It works. It just works, right? Windows ARM just works. It works perfectly. We have PowerShell. We have everything that works out most here, right? We have sudo, right? Now see, I'm just trying to installing things. You tell me it doesn't work. What are you talking about? I mean, it does work, okay? It does work. How do you say it doesn't work? It does work. In fact, my script, I wrote it today. It works on both x86 and ARM. Just to install the compiler, it works. Okay, the latest version I compiled myself. For people like you who don't even know how to compile things, what are you even talking about? This isn't Surface RT. And people just treat it as Surface RT. It isn't. Surface RT can never run Rufus, can never run compiler, because of the security model. That's just another thing that just boggles me, is that people talking about security model. They confuse security model with computer architecture. Why do you do this? Why do you do this? You say Windows ARM, but why Linux ARM magically works? I don't get it. In fact, Linux cannot even do any emulation reasonably. Right? So we can try this Apple one. We can compile Apple product or compile Android. I can compile it and show you why this does work. For people who say it doesn't, it does work. Okay. For people like you who just irrational hatred towards ARM, it does work. I'm just showing here. That's just okay. Now there's one thing that is clearly still an issue, which is GCC. But GCC doesn't work on Android either. It doesn't work on Mac OS either. You know. So I don't get it. I mean, if all your argument would go against Apple too, right? Then you are saying, oh, Microsoft trying to be Apple. No, Microsoft, no. People have been trying to walk away from x86 for years, for a very good reason, right? The architecture is just outdated. Without big fix, it's just gonna outdate it. They're not even trying to simplify it. The x86S is dead. They're not putting the APX in the Lunar Lake either. People like to talk about Lunar Lake. You're buying obsolescence. They are trying to put new ISA next year. You're buying a CPU that is just gonna obsolete even next year. You're buying an obsolete CPU. Completely obsolete. The register number are reduced by half, bro. See, we have Glen here, right? This is also native compiler that works on the Apple one, and you tell me it's useless. It's cannot do sys. I mean, I guess these people they don't even understand how to use SSN. I guess there's a thing here is they don't even understand how to use SSN. That's what I'm guessing. They have no idea what they're talking about. Does $15,000. Where is? Copy it again. Yeah, should be create env, right? I should be able to do that now. Convert to path, add it to path. I want to try whether I can do this without the permission of, yes. This, you will see there's another thing I could remotely connect here, right? This is another x86 machine on my desktop, right? I'm just using it for doing other things, so I can remotely connect to them. Then you tell me it's useless. I mean, none of these things are possible, bro. Before, it's just not possible because the security model prevents it. People are messing up the security model with the architecture. That just boggles me. Now we can try to compare Apple one. This on my, okay. Now if you don't believe I'm compiling here, I can show who am I, right? And we can show the architecture. It should be Echo. It should be process architecture if I remember correctly. Or architecture process, whatever. Processor architecture or something. Yeah, processor architecture. Now, config CFGs. I think I should just say user profile. Apple Darwin, right? It's just Darwin. You tell me it's useless. This machine is useless, but I can compile Apple programs cross-compiling with the latest LVM toolchain. You're telling me it's useless. Okay, you're telling me it's fucking useless. Okay, I'm gonna delete the files here because I compiled it before, right? I'm just ensure yeah, the Apple is gonna show us here, right? Yeah, I think we've done it. PowerShell or command prompt, you can use any of them. Command prompt, PowerShell is reading C#. Command prompt is just old style C code. The from any code from DOS, whatever. We're gonna copy to the fucking Apple Silicon. I'm just using a Mac as a remotely connected machine, right? Yes, we've done it. Now we have this. First, we cannot directly execute it because we didn't give it permission, right? Just we're cross-compiling it. Now it should work, yeah. Here, see, here I'm compiling the Mac OS, the programs of Mac from Windows, right? I'm compiling programs from we can do reversely. I can cross compile from the Mac, this Mac machine to the Windows too. I can do both of them. They're two-way around. They both work. Okay, and I see those are LVM 21. If you go LVM, the native one, they were going to give this 19. You're using fucking x86, but you're using old compilers. I'm using on ARM. I'm using compilers, higher versions than your native compilers. What are you even talking about? I'm even my phone using Clan 21. For people who say it doesn't work, this doesn't work. Okay, let's just try something like WASM 64. WASM 64. WebAssembly, right? We can use WebAssembly. You can actually run WebAssembly if it runs correctly. Yeah. We can run this WASM, but we need this WASM stream from Cisco WASM 64. Enable memtag mount root. Okay. Now this is the slow because it needs to AOT stuff, right? If I want to do, we can do the set cache dir equals this. Okay, just set it 1, 2, 3. Yeah. See, this also works. We can also compile. You tell me this is useless, but I can run WebAssembly, another Clan 21, which is WebAssembly virtual machine, and this binary is Python binary can compile, can just copy. I didn't compile for Mac, but this program works for x86 too, and I can do reversely. I can compile this x86, right? I can compile it reversely, right? I can do this reversely by putting x86 Windows MSVC here. I can copy the files back to the machine, right? That x86 machine. We can try it. First we can just directly run it because it has x86 emulation, right? So we can just try to see whether this works here on the x86 on this ARM machine too first. Oh, it's not PowerShell, right? Maybe we need to run PowerShell. What is the fucking Win 950.h.lan? Yeah. Here is x86, right? We're running in x86. You can just show the processor architecture. AMD 64, right? You just x86, right? We can see whether it can run. It runs too, right? It runs too. No, we can't. Right. We see the files, right? File here. I don't know. We use PowerShell, right? We need a PowerShell and do cat. See. How do you tell me this doesn't work? It does work, right? It does work. Just does work, right? So here I'm cross compiling from my Windows machine to my Windows ARM machine to the Windows machine. To the no to the x86 Windows machine, because it's the ARM version, right? We compare to, we can do cross compile back too, if you want to see. Now we can do the reverse thing, because I've said it. I've already said it. I did put in the libraries from the D drive. D partition, right? It's actually it's partition, but Windows users just call it drive, right? C drive, D drive, right? Now we can see I've compiled Darwin too. Now we can just compile back to see whether it works back. Okay. These people just have no idea what they're talking about. They don't even use the latest compiler, right? They don't even use the latest compiler. They just bitch about all the shit. He's trying to compile the fucking. Okay, it doesn't really matter. We can just we should just right here. We could just compile back, right? We can just try to see here. No, not here. No, we can just go back here. Now people who they don't even know how to use SSH. That's insane. How you tell me you're doing programming, but you don't even know SSH? I think I'm in the best position. What best position I'm living in? I'm using everything I need in this machine. Even with the emulation, it doesn't burn, right? Well, OBS emulation probably takes some time for some, but it's nowhere like you didn't see any noise either, right? If you on the Intel machine, you're gonna see noise. Just for running browser, okay, that's not something fancy. Just running browser. See, just compile back. Just compile back. So what's the point? I mean, you're just telling me bullshit. That's it, right? Just don't listen to these people. I mean, just these are just bad. People just think it's just ARM whatever. Force who? See, Microsoft is forcing consumer adopt WR. No, they're not forcing you. Right? Nobody is forcing you, right? You have lots of choices, and Lunar Lake is just very expensive. They just charge you $700. And the vendors, they need to make some money, then the entire thing just goes wild. I think Windows ARM is a face. I mean, just the hatred towards ARM is so much. I mean, you just hate ARM. These people are hating ARM so much. So actually, this is all they want. I don't understand. Okay, I don't understand. They should, right? They should focus on ARM. The these people are just saying, oh, this or that. IMD. Okay, let's just stop the brain death and let's just go Reddit to see what's going on with fucking Reddit. I'm doing all of this on WA machine. Okay, if you think RWA doesn't work, we can talk about it. Go surface, right? We can surface to see what's going on. Then unpack the Lunar Lake. Oh, we're gonna check the Lunar Lake with the battery. Lunar Lake is good. Lunar Lake is so good. Web browsing, auto, WhatsApp. It's not true. That's absolutely true. Trust me, it's absolutely true. I'm not quite sure USB-C port can just charge these things because the protocol is just terrible, right? It's slow Wi-Fi speed. Because I mean, maybe something doesn't work. I'm not saying everything would just works. Maybe something doesn't work. Battery life is not a problem. It absolutely is, right? It absolutely is. It just burns, right? The fucking Intel machine I had before, it just burns. You tell me it's not a problem. They just like they're running everything with emulation. I mean, that's I don't understand. I just don't understand. A lot of people are happy with it, right? Printers. I mean, maybe printers is a problem, but I don't use printers either, and I don't think you should do that either. The printer business goes absolutely wild, and a lot of people saying it doesn't work on Mac either with these printers. So I mean, all your criticism towards Windows on ARM, you can criticize the fucking Mac too, right? Mac has no boot camp. You can put a lot of criticism. In fact, a lot of things still don't have Mac support, right? For people saying you just Mac, I do have Mac, right? I do have Mac here. Here's this one is Mac, right? It's ARM and Mac, right? Right, just this thing Apple Darwin, right? I have all the device, and people think I don't use I do this Apple, I don't this. I only to buy it because I want to test Apple. I never used the Apple product before, right? The Mac M4 Mini is cheap. I'm just trying it, but I really don't use it because the Apple is just, oh gosh, the entire shit is just terrible. I don't, right? I mean, this is a cool product for sure, but it's no way I will use it daily. I'm just putting it there to test Mac because my fast a lot of things need to support Mac, right? But it's no way as using. Now that's the thing. Just a lot of thing is a good battery. Nobody is likes to talk about price. $2,000. Hey, bro, $2,000. You can get my laptop. It's a better one for half the price. Even with a terabyte, you can upgrade terabyte hard drive for a terabyte. You can get another desktop, another get actually 64 so much you can do it. You can remotely connect to it. You can put that money to put another gaming laptop, a desktop, right? $2,000. $2,000 just for this thing, okay? The base model. Oh, God. Nobody likes to talk about the price. They just talk about the price. I mean, they're telling me I'm getting screwed by buying a laptop less than $800, but they are buying the same thing for $2,000, probably even worse with worse CPU and worse battery life, right? And seeing everything runs in fucking emulation, right? Nobody's talking about the price. That's a part of the issue, right? Just the price is ridiculous. The Intel version, the price is ridiculous. You know, I guess that Intel is representing the U.S. manufacturing. You know, there's people saying Intel is gonna bring the manufacturing back to U.S. Not going to happen because of tendency of rate of profit to fall. The capitalism works this way because the profit margin just decreases with time, right? It always has a diminishing return. You cannot grow infinitely. What are you gonna do? When you don't grow, you have to grow, right? Your profit has to grow. It needs to outperform the inflation rate. Because inflation rate isn't zero. You have to have higher than inflation rate of profit. What are you gonna do? You cannot stay here. You have to lay off U.S. workers. You have to put them outside them. You have to. Okay. Now, because Donald Trump is going to bring the jobs back. Does he actually doing that? Does he prevent H-1B? Does he actually try? He does literally nothing. He does literally nothing. He cannot even actually doing anything to Russia and China, even DPRK and Iran, because they're actually putting pressures on the enemies would make them suffer consequences. But if you put on the allies, like putting shit on on Canada, put on Mexico, put on Greenland, you have no consequences. So he's not doing that at all, right? Elon Musk is now sleeping in the White House. He's becoming the president now. You think he cares about you? Why would Elon Musk care about you? He's a fucking billionaire, right? He's a trillionaire. Why would you a trillionaire? $2,000 for this thing with less battery. In real pro 4 hours. I think that's probably the case. You probably only get 4 hours of a use case and then you're gonna die it out. Yeah, that's it. So don't listen to these people. It has the same battery life. It's absolutely false. It just absolutely